FlossTube friends, this is Tina Frazier coming to you from Columbus, Ohio. Today is Friday, January 5th, and I'm coming to you today with installment number 3 of my WIP parade for the beginning of 2024. Welcome to the new year. I had started recording this yesterday. I got through the first part, and then I did the second part late last night. And I was getting a little too tired and a little too worn out from doing my WIP parade. So I'm coming to you today with the final installment. I have about 28 to 30 WIPs left to show you, I think. Assuming that I got them all and marked all the pieces off and I have everything in my tub beside me. So I should be able to finish up the WIP parade for you tonight. And hopefully I will get these videos uploaded to or edited and uploaded for you to my YouTube channel this weekend. So hopefully you'll have these updates coming to you for the beginning of 2024. There are a lot of people out on YouTube that have been posting their WIP parades, and I've been watching quite a few of them, and this has been a long time coming for me. It's been a couple of years, I believe, since I've shown you a full WIP parade. I have a few other videos coming in 2024 that hopefully I will show you, including those pieces that I finished that I need to fully finish. I hope to do a stash dive for some of the patterns that I have in my stash, and also to show some fully finished things that I have hanging up that either I've stitched or I've saved from thrift stores and the whatnot. But I also have a update to share with you for just my stitching in general. We started off the year with a bunch of stuff, and I have Mouse and Misty here in the room with me. They're trying to get my attention. Misty's being real cute beside me on the tub that all my WIPs that I'm going to show you are in. So hopefully you've gotten something out of this video and you're really enjoying yourself. Columbus area is supposed to get really our first measurable snowstorm or snowfall tomorrow during the day on Saturday. So it should make for an interesting weekend. I took Mom to the doctor's today. She had an MRI scheduled on her knee that she hurt on December 15th when she fell. If you've watched the Moe's sale, 12 Days of Christmas Unbagging that Mom and I did, starting December 13th, you saw the after effects of the fall that she took when we were out shopping. She's doing a lot better. Her bruising is gone, pretty much all gone. But she did have an MRI on her left knee today, just to see if there was ligament damage in her knee. We don't know yet if there's any ligament damage, but her knee is still kind of bothering her a little bit. I imagine she's going to have some arthritis pains, and in the cold and weather, she's probably going to have some aches and pains in there. And I don't think I said this to you, but I'm coming to you from our craft room. So this is the craft room in the front corner of our house. I don't do a lot of videos in here just because I usually record my videos on my laptop, but I am using my tablet up here. Today my laptop is set up downstairs in my office, at my office desk. That's where I usually film my videos, but I am in my craft room. Our craft room is not very well organized, and it looks a lot cluttered, but I do have a work table that I'm sitting at here. It's an IKEA table that has essentially two sides. You can fold the sides down, wheel it in and out. And we have these two IKEA chairs. Mine's covered up with a blanket in here for crafting. Mom and I were going to use this as a craft room. It gets really good sunlight because I have this window that faces the front of the property behind me, and there's another window over here that faces east. So this room actually gets a lot of natural sunlight, and we don't craft in here all that much. So Mom spends most of her days sitting in the sunroom stitching, and so she can watch TV. There's no TV in here, but I can bring in my tablet or my phone or any electronic device and get online and stream YouTube and do whatever. So I'm used to doing that. Mom's not quite into that. She's really tied to her cable. So anyway, the good thing is the router for our internet is in this room. So I'm really close to the internet access. So I get really good internet reception in here. But one of my goals for 2024 is to come in here, reorganize, get everything cleaned up. I have a goal this year also to get through all of my stash and get it organized, get it filed, get it out of bins, get it out of all the different things that I have, and just get the pieces documented so I know what patterns I have kitted, what patterns I have partially kitted, what kind of things I need to get. I need to get rid of some of this stuff, and I also need to go through my magazine issues because I want to get a list going of all the patterns in those magazines. So if me or anybody else is looking for a specific pattern, I can say, hey, this designer has this pattern in this issue of the magazine, of this such and such magazine. So that way I also know, if a designer releases a pattern after, a year or two after the pattern was released in the magazine, I can say I have that magazine, so essentially I have that pattern already. I don't need to buy it. Or, hey, they put this pattern in the magazine. I don't have the magazine, so maybe I should go buy the pattern if I want to stitch it. That kind of thing, So I just need to get all my stitching stuff organized. Doing my WIPs has been really helpful this year. So that was a good thing that I got my WIPs all done and ready for the video today. So without further ado, that was 7 minutes into the video and I haven't even started my WIPs, the rest of my WIPs. So this is part 3 of my WIP parade. WIP stands for Works in Progress. And yeah, so hopefully you've enjoyed everything you've seen so far. Again, I'm trying to give you as much information as I can about the fabric that I use, the floss that I use, if I've swapped anything out, when I started the piece, if I know, and also the if it's in a magazine, what magazine I got it out of, if I know. I don't always know. And some of these pieces I started before I was actually documenting, as I should, how and when I started and what kind of stuff I'm using for it, like, the type of fabric, the count, all that. So some stuff I'm probably just guessing. Again, this is my WIP list, and I'm also ticking off when I show you a piece. So I'm digging into the last tub. It's a bigger tote, and it's right here beside me. So just to give you an idea, this is the lid for the tote, and it is plumb full of things. So I'm going to start off with, I believe, a couple of the pieces that I pulled aside for you last night from the earlier things, and show you because they're sitting on top nicely rolled up. So the first piece I'm going to show you, I have quite a collection of Mirabilia Nora Corbett patterns, and I also have quite a collection of her mom's patterns from Lavender and Lace, Butternut Road, and Told in a Garden. Nora Corbett's mom is Marilyn Leavitt Emblem, who passed away several years back. I believe in 2012 is when she passed. But so this one is the South Seas Mermaid. This is by Nora Corbett. So I have my little card here. This is just an index card that I wrote it down. I'm stitching this on 32 count Belfast dark teal green linen. I started this sometime between 2006 and 2010. Does this give a copyright? This was copyright 2006. So I started this sometime after 2006, and I'm using the called for flosses. And I believe this one is it. So this is a dark teal green fabric. I don't exactly know the hand dyed. I think this is it. No, this is not it. It's the wrong green. It's this one. And you can see I've used the Easy Stitch Velcro basting system on this. And this is really easy to see. So I started in the middle. This is the middle of the piece. I worked down to get to the tail. And this is where I'm at. This is one of the pieces that's on my scroll frame. So, I don't remember where I got this. So this says Floss Girl. I don't remember where I got the needle minder, but this is where I am at. It has been a little while since I've worked on this. I may actually just have to pull out all these pieces and just do like, say, 200 stitches on all my WIPs in 2024. Or I may make that my focus for 2025. But anyway, this is South Seas Mermaid. I also need to get one of those Vic Gable stitch and button project rolls that she makes. I'd really like to get a couple of those because you can see I roll the projects that are on scroll frames because they're already naturally rolling. I keep them rolled up, but I just kind of lay them in somewhere. It would be really nice to have a couple of Vic stitch and button rolls for my projects. So if Vic watches this, hopefully she'll see that and make me a pretty good deal, because I don't know if I need just one or if one will do all my projects, but I need probably a pretty decent sized length one to do all mine. So all right, let me mark this off. That was the South Seas Mermaid. All right, I am going to slide this over, lay this down, and put these there. All right, let's see if I can find this one. I think this is this one. Yes. This next piece was a Dimensions Gold kit. I don't have the main pattern for you anymore, but this was called Jewels of the Orient. It's the two Japanese ladies in the kimonos. One is kneeling down and the other standing up next to her. Jewels of the Orient. This is stitching this on 32 count linen. It's a cream colored. I don't know if it's called cream or what, but it's cream colored, kind of a deeper, like a deeper ecru. I'm using the kit floss for this because it's a Dimensions kit. The kit floss is good. I'm stitching this 2/2, and this is one of my older WIPs that I actually know the actual start date, because this is the pattern that came with the kit, and it is a super huge pattern. So this is the pattern for it, and I did mark on here way down at the bottom. I did mark way down at the bottom the date I actually started, 3/2/2002. So March 2nd of 2002 is when I started this. So 21 years ago, 22 years ago, just under 22 years ago is when I started this. And I believe, let me see, I'll check the pattern for a minute. I don't have the picture to show you. I'm going to make sure that I got this the right way. I'll check the pattern. Okay. So this, double check that again. Yes, okay. So this is the top. Again, this is on a scroll frame, so I rolled it. And then this is the bottom of where I got to. It has been a year or two since I've actually pulled this out. So I may need to give a lot of these my love again. But this is called Jewels of the Orient. And it is, I don't even think I have, no, I don't even have a black and white picture to show you. But this is a Dimensions Gold kit, and this is where I'm at. So there is that. Maybe I'll start, you know, pick a piece once a month. Pick 12 pieces throughout the year. Maybe pick a piece once a month and see if I can put 500 stitches in it. I should probably do something like that. Anyway, this is one of the older kits that I have, that I've started in my stash. So this is definitely a piece. This is 22 years old this year. 22. This is 22 years old this year. That was Jewels of the Orient. Let me go in here and see. There. Jewels of the Orient. It's right there. All right. Is this it? Yeah. So this next piece, I'm actually mostly done with it. I still have the earth, the dream catcher to do, and I also have the suede fringe to put on. I've had this piece a long time, and I've had most of the stitching done for a long time. But what really scares me is adding the ultra suede to it. And I think no. So here is the beige ultra suede. Now you're supposed to take pieces of this and add it to the fringe, to the dress as the fringe. So this is called Earth Dancer. I still have quite a bit of the beading to do, some of the whisper to do. I think there's a little bit of whisper in the feathers in her hair and a couple other places. But what scares me the most about this piece is that suede fringe hanging off of her dress. That suede fringe scares the crap out of me because the suede is quite thick. Take a look at this, you guys. Take a look at how thick that suede is. How in the heck do you attach the suede fringe to this piece? Does anybody know? Does anybody know if there's a tutorial somewhere out there how to attach the suede fringe to this? I think I can figure out how to do the dream catcher. But that suede fringe using the ultra suede scares me to death. And that's why I haven't finished this yet. Because I know the closer I get to the suede fringe, I don't know. I'm afraid. I'm really afraid to do the suede fringe. So if you have any ideas and helpful tips, or if you know of any video tutorials on how to do the suede fringe, this is Earth Dancer by Butternut Road. I can't show you, well, I can show you kind of this. This is Earth Dancer by Butternut Road. And as you can see, I started this June 16th of 2002. June 16th of 2002 is when I started this. This is Butternut Road. This is by Marilyn Leavitt Emblem, who is Nora Corbett's mom, just in case you didn't know it, or was Nora Corbett's mom. Now, you're probably going to kick me for this. Almost all the beading is done. The only thing I have left to do really is some of the whisper threads and the suede and the dream catcher. But you guys, this is Earth Dancer in all her glory. I think she actually looks really good like this without the dream catcher. The dream catcher kind of makes it. And I think the suede fringe would add to it. But the suede fringe scares me about half to death, you guys. And look, I even did her face and her hands over one. So if you're looking to see what over one skin looks like against over two stitching, here's a very good example of what that could look like. So I did her face over one. The other thing that I had to do, because I was doing this, I think this is 32 count. Yeah, this looks like 32 count. And I did put, I wrote down 32 count prairie grass, natural linen is what I'm doing this on. Prairie grass, natural linen. So you can get a good idea of what over one stitching looks like next to over two stitching. And basically what I did is I just took the face that's charted for over two, and each stitch is 4 stitches in each of the corners, as opposed to just one big stitch over 2 threads. So each thread is its own stitch, but it's all the same color. I think it does look kind of choppy, but it's not so bad. And the back stitching really helps. But that is what over one faces look like next to over 2 stitching. So I will give you a good close-up of that so you can see. Just to show you, this is an old piece, but this is what my back looks like. Because people are into showing backs lately. This is what my back looks like on her. And I am anchoring the beads. If you look here, you can see this on the back. See these carried threads? Those are where the beads are. There's beads on the front. You see the beads here? These carried stitches are where the beads are. I have tried to match a piece of floss, a color of floss, to the fabric so it kind of blends in a little bit. But those are securing the beads on the front because the beads are off by themselves. So the only thing that I have left to do on this, as you can see, is the dream catcher and the suede fringe. And some of the beads and a little bit of the whisper. She's essentially done, you guys. Essentially done. I just need to figure out how to do that suede fringe because it scares me half to death. You know, a lot of people say that they hate French knots and they're scared of French knots. I'm scared of the suede fringe. One of the other things I wanted to say, so in this section of the beading, all these beads are really close together. I took the colors of the Mill Hill beads because the Mill Hill beads were going to be a little too thick. This is solid bead right here, solid beading. I went to a local bead store that used to be here called Byzantium, and they sold Delica beads. So I went and got the matching Delica beads for this. And as you can see, it's really close together. There's 1 or 2 beads that I left out, and the lines are a little messed up for the bead colors. So the beads aren't sitting 100% right, but I did get the Delica beads to try and make them a little better. From a distance, you're not going to really notice that the beads are off, but the Delica beads are sitting a lot better than the Mill Hill beads will. So if you're looking, because the Mill Hill beads, they tend to be off-shapen or misshapen a little bit from each other. You get thicker ones and thinner ones, and ones that are thicker on one side and thinner on another side. If you're having that issue, go find Delica beads. Delica beads, you can get them in generally the same colors, but especially for a piece like this where you're just getting the crayon colors, which are like the yellow, the red, the 2 colors of blue, and the cream. You can easily find Delica bead replacements. So all of these crayon color beads in here are the Delicas. And I use the Delicas throughout the whole thing. Now, this is really, really kind of crazy. I remember stitching this and looking at the pattern. And for the life of me, I couldn't figure out what these 2 things were hanging down here. Until it hit me that, duh, she's Earth Dancer. Those are her feet. Yeah, I had a real blonde moment there where I couldn't tell what these were. I thought maybe they were decorations, like the feathers that are hanging down from the dream catcher and stuff. It's like, well, that's kind of weird, but why are there only 2? Well, there's only 2 because those are her feet. She's dancing. This is supposed to be her knee right here. Her bent knee. She's dancing. Just in case you were wondering that. So that is Earth Dancer by Butternut. It's Marilyn Leavitt emblem under her company Butternut Road. Earth Dancer. Get this in here. And I started this in June of 2022. Make sure I get everything back in here for this. So yeah, I'm looking for tips on how to do the ultra suede on Earth Dancer because it scares me half to death. All right. Flip this back over this way. Ooh. Let's see if I can find it on here. There we go. MLI. Did I not put it on here? Ooh. Butternut Road, Earth Dancer, MLI. There we go, pre-2000. So this one I know was, I said June 16th of 2022, or 2002. 6/16, 2002. And I don't put, this was on the called for linen. That was on the called for linen that's called for in the pattern. So, all right, so that does it with the 3 that I pulled out from yesterday that I couldn't show you. We'll get to this one. I'll put this off here. We'll get to that one when I get to the packet. All right, so we are going to go with, we'll start from the back. So this is in a Cardinal Garan Toten Bags project bag. Again, I have quite a few Garan Toten Bags project bags. Okay. Do I have the piece in here? Yes, I do. This is another full coverage piece. This one is by Charting Creations, and I don't know. Oh, I do have it. I do have it. I started this in pre-2019. I don't exactly have the date. I'm stitching this on a piece of 28 count mushroom even weave from a big box store. But this is a Blossom Blade by Charting Creations. Again, kind of going by the Asian theme. This is artwork by Max Windy. Very anime-like. My husband is a really big anime fan. I'm an anime fan too, but he's an even bigger anime fan. Charting Creations charts are Pattern Keeper compatible. And I'm using the called for floss. I pulled myself. And it's on 28 count mushroom even weave. I don't know if that's the right term for the even weave. I've had this stuck on my Q snap since pretty much I started it. And this is a piece of, wow. Okay. That's all the flosses that I have for it, because that's all the flosses that I pulled to work on it. And I'm doing this, I believe, 2/1/10 stitch. Is that 2? Yes, I'm doing it 2/1/10 stitch. And I need to add the floss bobbins to this as well. So all I've gotten is the corner stitched over here. And I was using one of those water-soluble marking pens for this. I'm not worried about the marking pen staining this fabric because it's not white. The water-soluble pen will not leave, the stain won't show up as much on this as it would on like white, because those water-soluble pens will stain your fabric. So I have, at one point I had this hand gridded. I'm not starting this over because the fabric and the gridding isn't bothering me on this one. Plus, it's been a few years since I've actually worked on this. So this is a non-Haid full coverage piece. This is called Blossom Blade by Charting Creations. And this is all I have done on this. I am doing the diagonal stair-step parking method, and this is 2/1/10. Yes, it's 2/1/10 stitch. And since this is 28 count, I'm going to leave it 2/1/10. So I don't think I marked down when I started this. I don't think I marked it when I started. Nope. I have the printed pattern, and then I also have it downloaded into Pattern Keeper. I have been stitching on it using Pattern Keeper. Yeah, I started this pre-2019. That's all I know. I don't have an exact date. Here's my little information card. And here is so far the flosses that I've pulled for it. These are just the flosses that I have for it. So, Blossom Blade. She needs to come out this year, actually. All right, so this is Blossom Blade, and this is in the Garan Cardinals bag. All right, and I have the matching grime guard to that as well. I keep the grime guard in there, even though it won't fit on the Q snap. All right, so Charting Creations Blossom Blade. Blossom Blade PDF. Storage. We're going to put Garan Cardinals, because I didn't have that down. Pre-2019. All right, so this next bag I got from somebody on Facebook who had posted this on their group. This is a Peeps bag, and I forget who the lady was that made it, but it's very nice. I liked the Peeps fabric, so I ordered it from her. And I also got, she made a little tray. So this is a little snap tray. So you snap the pieces together. So you snap the corners together. Come on. And you have a nice little tray that you can sit and hold your stuff. So these are really cute. These snap trays are really cute. Friends of ours have used trays like this for gaming. We board game a lot. And I keep mine open and flat and in the bag, because the bag, it matches the bag. And this is the backing piece. The inside fabric for this is just a mottled pink. And there's several pieces in here because they're Easter themed. They're for Peeps bag. So the first one I'm pulling out for you is one that I could actually finish this year. Hands-on Design, Hop On In. I don't know if my card is in here. Easter Egg Trio. Oh yeah, and actually I have those to show you as well. So I have the full set for this. No, so my Hop On In card is MIA at this point in time, at this juncture. So I am going to take one of these and stick it in here with this. Hopefully I didn't just flash you the pattern, because the pattern is on the card. All right, so I will do that. So this is where I got to Hop On In. This was a stitch along that somebody had started in 2023. I went ahead and decided to do it. This was how far I got in the week or so that I worked on it. Hop On In by Hands-On Design. I am using the Sulky flosses for this. So with Sulky, it's basically the thickness of 2 strands of DMC. So I am doing 1 strand of Sulky, 1/2 full cross on this, on a piece of chalkboard linen. It's either chalkboard or slate. I lost my card. I'm going to see if I know my card is floating around here. I've seen it. I just don't know where it's at just yet. But anyway, that is Hop On In. This could easily be a finish for me. Very easily be, because I have excellent service. I have to finish up the motif around Hop On In and then do the carrots and that. This could easily be a finish this year, and I'm hopefully going to make it a finish. So, Hop On In by Hands On Design. Beep, beep, beep. Hands On Design is probably over here. Oh, come on. Flip. Ooh, I have to put that back in here. That escaped. One of the sulky threads escaped. There it is, down at the bottom. Hop On In, Hands On Design, Peeps Bag. So I started this on February 26th, 2023. That's good to know. Okay, what is the stitch count on this? 71 by 74. And it's in the Peeps bag. Alrighty. So I have this thing too. This is a floss keeper. So with this one, you take your, it's a tunnel. So let me go ahead and undo the snap. So it's a tunnel, and you take your floss and you pull it, if it's on floss cards, you take your floss, you pull them through here, and then the snap here goes through your floss ring. So then your flosses, your work, the flosses that you have working, stay in here and stay clean and stay out of the way and hopefully stay untangled. And I also got this little teeny, this is one of those felt bits keepers. I don't remember what they call them, but it captures all your loose pieces. You can put your needles through it, and it's just a little bitsy thing, and it closes with the Velcro. So I got essentially the matching floss keeper and the bitsy bob thingy to go along with the tray. So I have essentially a set. All right, do that. Get that out of the way. All right, the other thing in here, this one is called the Easter Egg Trio. It came out of the Just Cross Stitch April 2022 magazine. I started this one January 7th in 2023. January 7th of 2023. Did I write down that right? Whew. Let's see. Easter Egg Trio. January 7th of 2023. Yes. It's a magazine piece. It came out of the Just Cross Stitch 2022 issue. These are the Easter Egg Trios. And I believe I started with this green one down here. Let me show you the cover. There we go. So it's from this Just Cross Stitch issue, the April 2022 issue. And it's the Easter Egg Trio. I am doing these on a piece of white 22 count hardinger. I am using Mo Sale flosses for these. So I have picked out some spring Mo Sale flosses out of my stash. So I have several Mo Sale flosses that I am using for this. This is my first time stitching with Mo Sale flosses. I did pick out some silks and stuff to use. Oh, that is a piece of Crescent Colors Mosey and Me Pink Posy. All right, so I'm doing this, as I said, on a piece of 22 count hardinger fabric. Yep. So I have a Peeps needle minder. I forget exactly where I ordered the Peeps needle minder last year, and this is just a button that I have put on here as well. Just a button that I've put the magnet on. Yeah, it's just a button that I put the magnet on. But I forget where I got the Peeps needle minder. I did order it last year. I forgot. I've forgotten since where I've ordered it. But this is the only one that I've gotten started. And for this one, I am using Mosale Fawn and Mosale Hazel. So the fawn, if you look here, the brown, the tan color, this color here is Mosale Fawn. So this is the Mosale Fawn. Fawn. And then I am using, that's Bayside. Mosale Joy Hazel. Mosale Hazel. The greens and the blues. I do plan on doing all three of these eggs. So the purple one, I'm probably going to be using this Mosale silk. Oh, this is a cotton. This is called Cosmos. Mosale Cosmos. That's probably going to be the purple one. Again with the fawn behind it. And then this pink one here, I'm probably looking at doing this one. I haven't decided yet. I think the pink is going to be too light. I think I'm either going to do it in Mosale Bada Bing, which is the pink and kind of peach color, or this Mosale Luna. I'm kind of leaning more towards Mosale Luna because it's a little brighter. And I am planning on stitching all three of them. I can easily, if I work on this over the course of a week, I can easily finish this. And the nice thing is, since this is 22 count, I can use one strand, and it's getting me perfect coverage with one strand. It's one strand full cross. So there is Easter egg trio. All right. And I did make working printed copies of the chart. So this is the Mosale and Hop On In, or the Easter egg trio that I'm stitching with Mosale Floss and Hop On In. It's in my Easter bag, and this may actually go out to the living room with me. Easter egg trio. I started this May 7th of 2023, the Easter egg. So I need to get that going. Actually, it's back in here where this belongs. All right. There is a stitch along that has been going on for a little while. This is by Cunning Cross Stitch. There is, I don't have a picture of it because Faye, I don't remember her last name. She started this. This is the Grim Grinning Ghost Sal. And I also don't have any information about what fabric I am using for this. So, yeah. This is based on the Haunted Mansion. So I have started in the frame. So we have it's basically the Haunted Mansion house. This middle room is the hallway, which is the elevator or the stretching room. If you're familiar with the Haunted Mansion ride at Disney World or Disneyland. And then each of there's rooms, and then the attic room at the top. I have my Hitchhiking Ghost needle minder on here. I also forget where I got the needle minder last year or the year before, but I did get the Hitchhiking Ghost needle minder to go on it. I don't remember what count fabric. I believe this is a 32 count. I could be wrong about that, but I don't remember the name of the fabric. It escapes me. I'll have to see if I can go back and get the information from my video when I started this. But this is the frame for the stretching room, and I believe I have started the overwind stitching for the stretching room. Yes, that is the overwind stitching for the stretching room. So when she posted the different rooms, there were people out there that took the rooms and changed and added and reorganized their rooms. So in her group, so I will show you, like, here's part of the this is free. Here's part of the room above the stretching room hallway, the entrance, the foyer, so to speak. There's people that changed the thing, or changed the room, changed the house. They added the graveyard outside. I am doing kind of combinations of a lot of that stuff. And I am doing the stretching rooms where all 4 stretching rooms are going to be in the middle. And I have this in Pattern Keeper, so I can easily do this. The 4 stretching room portraits were done by Mitzi Trout. Just to show you, it's off the, so you can kind of see. Yeah, it's gonna be momentous. So I am doing all 4 stretching room portraits in this section here. This is as tall. Hey, pardon me, just a second. The cats are in the closet causing problems. So I should probably mention that the Grim Grinning Ghost, there's a Facebook group, the Grim Grinning Ghost Cell. You can find all the files and all the different changes that people have made in there. I actually need to make a point this year to go in there and download all the files. That way I have all the different edits and all the different room options. Actually, I probably should do that sooner than later because I don't know if the group will go away anytime soon. But I don't have any information on exactly when I started this. But I did start this sometime after 2019. I do believe. This was after 2019. Yep. No information about when I printed it. But that is the Grim Grinning Ghost Stitch Along. Alright. All right. Let's see. Grim Grinning Ghost Stitch Along. Do. Bear with me just a minute. All right. Well, where did it go? Road to Bethlehem. I know it's on here. Gingerbread, Snow Village. Bear with me just a minute. I am trying to get caught up. There it is, Grim Grinning Ghost Stitch Along. The one before that was the Easter Egg Trio and Hop On In. And I got those marked off. Yep. All right, this next one, these are, this one is an older kit that I've had for quite a while, quite a long time. And I can't tell you when I started stitching it because I don't really know. This is Angel Cat's Ornaments by Janlin. Very cute. And this is on white perforated paper. But the white perforated paper that I have is kind of discolored now. It's kind of yellowed because it's old. But this is where I got. This is the only cat. Hey, stop. Stop. That was Mouse. She was playing with the bag. This is the only cat that I've started to stitch. I haven't gotten any farther. I could probably finish this cat, but it's been probably more than 20 years since I've stitched on this. And this is this cat right here. This cat right here. I am using the called for flosses, and they did give me a piece of gold stuff, a couple pieces of gold stuff to back them with, but I'm probably just going to use some felt, some pretty Christmas felt. I may actually swap out because this is really yellowed, and not the greatest. I may see if I can get different white perforated plastic because this is yellowed. It is old. And who knows, I may actually just decide to, stitch this one on this and then, I don't know, do something else with the rest. But this is by Donna Vermilion Giampa. This is a Donna Vermilion Giampa thing. These are angel cat ornaments. Let me see. I have them on here. I just saw them. Year in the Woods. Oh, come on. Where are they on here? They're at the top. Donna Vermilion Giampa. Donna Vermilion Giampa. And this was pre-2000. This kit came out in 1996. I'm going to say this was pre-2000 start for me. But Donna Vermilion Giampa, and this is where I've gotten to. These are super cute little ornaments, and it's the kit floss. So, yeah. This one, I don't have, oh, I do have a picture of it. This was a kit that I picked up a long, long time ago. And this was my first piece on 40 count gauze. And this was also before I was really into, samplers or even into 40 count gauze. Let me see. I did that one. All right. And this one is called Thread Through Time, the Pine Trees Sampler. Aha, Pine Trees Sampler, Thread Through Time. Paper. I don't know when I got it. But anyway, so this is a little sampler. And it came with the 40 count gauze. And I believe it came with the floss. Yes, it did come with the floss. I don't remember. Is this silk floss? I don't remember. Okay. So, again, this is on 40 count gauze. I could probably finish this in a weekend if I sat down and stitched it. I think that is the right way. I think. ST. Yes, that is the right way. So you have to bear with me. This is on a 40 count, a piece of 40 count silk gauze. And that is where I'm at. I don't have this piece stitched into a piece of muslin because I was just working on it in hand when I got it. And it's 1/1. My first time using silk or using silk gauze. So very inexperienced with it. It still has my needle poked into it. So yeah, silk gauze. Thread through time. And here is the kit. It's reproduction needlework out of Naperville, Illinois. Threads through time. Here is okay. Again, I don't have any information on when I started this. Just know that I did start it. And it's in here with the angel cat ornaments. Okay. Two other pieces that are in here. This one was started a long time ago. I had, at one point in time, I was trying to do ornaments for my Christmas tree. And these were ornaments that I had started using brown perforated paper. These ornaments are coming out of this book called Gingerbread Christmas, Quick and Easy Gingerbread Christmas. I have done the boy and the girl and the rocking horse, or this boy and the girl, the rocking horse. I want to do the sheep still. I don't know if I'm going to do Noah's Ark. I'm not doing the advent calendar. I may at some point. I don't know. But on these, since they're supposed to look like gingerbread, I'm doing them on the brown perforated paper. I have a very old piece of perforated paper. You can see the edges are really worn, just really old. You can see here, like the paper bends real easy. It's very flimsy, like paper gets. Just a really old piece. I started this a long time ago. I don't know how long ago I started. And these are basically all the floss colors that you need for pretty much everything in this booklet. I just stuck them in my bags. So, yeah. I'm probably going to finish up the candy canes because the candy canes are really cute. Here are the candy canes. I thought the candy canes really cute. I have done the girl. I have done this boy. And I've done the rocking horse out of this book. So I could probably easily stitch up the candy canes in a weekend, get them done. I'd like to stitch the sheep. I think the sheep is really cute. I don't know if I'm going to stitch the Noah's Ark, and I don't know if I'm going to stitch these or not. Are those the same size as everything else? I do not know. I do not know if those are the same size as everything else. The sheep is really cute. They have a star. Is the star on here? Oh, the gingerbread house and the train. Probably do the gingerbread house and the train now that I see those. But the one I'm looking for is like the snowman, the happy snowman and the Santa Claus. Let me see if I can find those in here. The patterns are real easy to follow. They're just black and white patterns. They don't have very many colors with them. So the snowman appears to be the same size as everything else. Yep. And the gingerbread house is going to go fast, and so is the Santa. Yeah, they're all the same size, give or take. And I'll probably do the angel too. They have a bear, a little teddy bear. So this is actually kind of a cute book. This is Designs by Gloria and Pat, Quick and Easy Gingerbread Christmas. This came out, I don't know if you can even get this anymore. This might be out of print. This came out in 1995. So I can show you this. It came out in 1995. It's the copyright. Designs by Gloria and Pat. So it tells you to fill in with 435 if not stitched on brown or ginger fabric. So you can easily fill it in. They're supposed to look like gingerbread, which is the whole point behind doing this. And stitching them on the brown. I mean, look at that. Hopefully this green color hasn't faded, but Yeah, I need to pull this out actually and work on this some this year. Get some of these done. I had to have a couple already kind of on my tree. I should show you the Christmas ornaments. So that is Quick and Easy Gingerbread Christmas by Designs by Gloria and Pat. I just saw this on my list here. Gingerbread Christmas, Designs by Gloria and Pat. I'm going to say pre-2000 because it came out in 1995. And then the last thing that I have in this bag is by Fancy That. It's the Advent Calendar. I bought this because I liked the motifs on here more than doing this as an Advent calendar. So you stitch all these little individual pieces, and then you stitch the banner at the top of your fabric, and you attach each of these little motifs to your stitched motifs to your fabric using ribbon for an Advent calendar. So this is a very old piece. This came out in 2000. This is copyright 2000 by Fancy That. So I don't remember if it was a kit. Christmas Advent Calendar. I don't think this was a kit. Number 188 by Fancy That. You need perforated paper and soft white. I am doing this on clear canvas. As you can see, I have quite a few done. Look, Rudolph is almost done. I have the candle done. I have the mitten done. That's almost like a Cricut collection mitten. And I only have one of the flosses. Why do I only have one of the flosses in here? I have Hyacinth, Gentle Art Hyacinth. Oh, because I was doing them in, okay, so only in Hyacinth. All right, so I do need to pull all the threads for this if I'm going to continue them. But this is just on a piece of clear perforated plastic. So I have the snowman done. I have the candle done, except I have to add the candle. The candle has gold filament Krennic stuff. I also have this little bit started down here for, I don't know what it was supposed to be, but I can get a good chunk of these on here. So I have to hide some of my waist knots because I was into waist knots way back then. So yeah. So a lot of these little tie off here are just waist knots that I have to hide. But I have the mitten. So you can see I have the mitten, which is there. I have the reindeer and the candle. So I have quite a few different motifs I can stitch on this. I am not stitching this as a Advent calendar. I was just going to stitch them individually and hang them as ornaments somehow, some way on my tree. But yeah, so I will need to pull the rest of the flosses for this. This is the Advent calendar by Fancy That. And also, I started this pre-2000. I started this sometime after 2000, but yeah, because it was copyright 2000 by Fancy That. This is Christmas Advent. For Christmas Advent calendar. Fancy That. Pre-2005. I'm going to call that pre-2005. Stitch count on that varies. All right. So that might be these might be actual pieces that I travel with as well. These ones, the holiday ones. I just haven't worked on these in quite a long time. So, all right. And those are in an old plastic mesh bag. All right. Next up, This one is a fun one. This is in a Stitch and Button bag I got from Vic Gable, Stitch and Button. I think I picked this up last year at one of the Stitching in the Springs retreats. And I don't think I have the full piece, the full color thing on this. Yep, nope, I don't have the full color piece. This was a stitch along that came out by Frosted Pumpkin. This is Welcome to Pumpkinville. I don't have the actual stitch piece, but this is the Welcome to Pumpkinville stitch along. I have this in Pattern Keeper, so I'm stitching off of that. I also have the matching notions bag from Stitch and Button for flosses and notions. I do also have this little freebie, postcard freebie from Frosted Pumpkin in here for it. So this is stitched on a piece of Picture This Plus casual linen in the colorway Oaken 28 count. I'm using the called for threads, and I also have the Pumpkinville needle minder on here. This is from Welcome to Pumpkinville from the Frosted Pumpkin. I believe I ordered the fabric from Frosted Pumpkin for this as a kit, and this is where I've gotten to. I am in process of doing this first house up here, or this first business, because these are businesses, and there is the Welcome to Pumpkinville. It's the Key to Pumpkinville needle minder. So this is where I'm at. Welcome to Pumpkinville. Really cute. And it's a 28 count Picture This Plus in Oaken. Here is what one of the businesses look like, just so you'll know. You'll get an idea of what one of the businesses look like. But I'm using the called for flosses for this. I have all the flosses pulled. All the called for flosses are in here with my piece. So they're all ready to go when I want to stitch it. I need to dig this out and work on this too. And I'm stitching this 2 threads over 2 on the 28 count Oaken. But this is in the Vic Stitch and Button bag. Welcome to Pumpkinville. All right. Whew. This is another massive full color piece. This is a Heaven and Earth Designs piece. This artwork is by Jacek Yurka. I don't know if I'm saying his name right. I apologize. But it is called 4 Seasons. You may have seen other people stitching on this. This is the one where it is all 4 seasons in a square. And you just turn it around based on the season. I had this on my radar for quite a long time, finally purchased the pattern, and then decided to stitch it. This was also a restart for me back in 2021 when I got my stash of 32 count easy count fabric. I had already worked on this piece. I had already gotten some of this area down here and basically all the way across a little on the winter part. But I had restarted this on 32 count, easy count. So I will show you. Actually, this is where I was when before I restarted it. And I was doing this on a piece of white even weave that I was using Sulky Sliver metallic holographic thread to pre-grid. And I didn't want to have to just, you know, stop and pre-grid. So I decided, since I was already doing stuff, since I was already doing the restarting anyway on the 32 count easy count fabric, I would just restart this because I wasn't too far into it. So when I restarted, I started in the same corner. This is in the lower left corner of winter. So this is where I restarted. And this is 1/110. Yep, 1/110. All my fur coverage pieces like this, I'm doing 1/110 on the 32 count. I think it's giving just perfect coverage. So, and doing tent, it goes by a lot faster. But yeah, so 4 seasons. I need to get more work on this piece going as well. But this was a restart for me back in 2021. I restarted this November 29th, 2021. I do have all of the called for flosses, all of the called for DMCs, all kitted up, ready to go. You can see I've braided some of the colors, but anyway, Jessica Yurka's 4 seasons. Alright, let me get that marked off. 4 seasons. Alright. This is a piece by Glendon Place. I started this in 2021, I think. This is called Fudgy Mint Mousse. This is on a piece of 28 count Fog Lugana from Picture This Plus. And I'm using the called for Dinky Dice flosses. This is Glendon Place's Fudgy Mint Mousse. This is from their Dessert Mandala selection. And I'm using the called for Dinky Dice flosses. They're silks. These are silks. Loving the silks. Glendon Place Fudgy Mint Mousse. So basically, you just kind of repeat the wedges all the way around in this. This is going to take me a little bit. And I am stitching this 2 strands over 2 on the 28 count. I actually really like this piece a lot. I have a couple of the Glendon Place dessert mandalas to do. I have Pumpkin Swirl, and I think I have another 1 or 2 of these to do. But again, this is a project that I have rolled up, and I have it in this white mesh bag. But I am doing 28 count Picture This Plus Fog. And I got the floss pack, Fudgy Mint Mousse floss pack from Dinky Dyes. But I started this in 2021, I believe. Yep. Fudgy Mint Mousse. So this is another memorabilia piece. This is one of the Asian ladies, because again, my husband and I really like the Asian ladies. This is by Memorabilia Nora Corbett. This is the September Sapphire Fairies. I am doing it on a piece of 28 count lavender linen using the called for floss. I started it sometime after 2011. And I'm stitching her, not because it's any of our birthday birthstones, but because she's Asian inspired. Lavender linen. And I believe this is the top. The fabric here looks washed out. I don't think you're going to get a true representation of the purple color, but it's a very vibrant purple. And that looks like, please tell me that's not a stain. No, that is a Krynic label. That's a Krynic label. Boy, that was a good thing. And they do have the Krynics in here. So this one calls for 3 colors of Krynic. So really pretty red, purple, and orange holographic. I do have the green beads as well. September Sapphire Fairy by Memorabilia. Started sometime after 2011. This is another Heaven and Earth Designs full cover chart. This is one of the other ones that I'm actually quite a ways into. This one is called Hunter's Moon by artwork by Allison Spokes, charted by Heaven and Earth Design. I'm doing this on another piece of 28 count mushroom even weave, 2/110. I don't know if you've seen anybody else stitching this, but I fell in love with this one. This was one of the first full coverage pieces that I really wanted to buy. So I went with the White Willow stitching one to see if I even like full coverages and I could do them. I started that one, the Celtic Rose. Decided that I could easily stitch full coverage, so I went and bought this one. Because I really liked the fancy lady in the fancy dress and the owl. And then I dug around in my stash, found the mushroom even weave, and decided to stitch it. I don't have a start date on this. And I am using Pattern Keeper for this. And I don't know if I even have the... but look at all these colors. Look at all these autumn colors in here, you guys. Craziness. 2/110 on Mushroom Lugana. I have several pages done on this. 2/110 Mushroom Lugana. And you can see, here is her hand. Right here. That is her hand. Look at that bird soaring over the thing. So it goes over to here. This last blue line over here is as wide as it is. And because I'm doing 2/110, it is really thick over here. But I like the coverage. So, and it goes down quite far. I had most of it gridded. Again with the water-soluble pen, but I stopped at certain points. But yeah. Hunter's Moon. Allison Spokes. I think I'm going to roll it up this way so I can kind of preserve the stitching a little bit better. I might do a full moon full coverage project and just see how many stitches I can do on that. Again, that was Hunter's Moon by Allison Spokes, charted by Heaven and Earth Designs. I don't know if this piece is still available, if this pattern is still available. Sometimes patterns retire from Hague because of some of the issues that happened in 2023. There was some charting issues and stuff. I am not now purchasing any new Heaven and Earth Design patterns for a while because of some of the charting issues that happened in 2023. You can look it up, Heaven and Earth Design charting issues, to kind of see. But I am moving on to some other things. I have a lot of full coverage pieces to work on anyway. So I am not actively buying Heaven and Earth Design pieces at this moment in time. Let me get Hunter's Moon marked off of my list. Bear with me just a minute while I find it. There we go. This is in a bag that I purchased off of Etsy, or not Etsy, Facebook. A lady had posted that she had some Hello Kitty project bags for sale. Nobody was interested in it. I said, well, I'm interested in Hello Kitty, so she sent me her link. I looked at her bag and I purchased one. Hello Kitty project bag. It's a really nice project bag. And in this bag, I have Pattern Cats 1 by Doreen Jones. She has a series of 4 of them. 2 of them are in pink, 2 of them are in blue, and it's a set of cats. And in this one, the cats are facing this way. In the other pink one, the cats are leaning this way. And they're slightly different cats, slightly different patterns. I picked this one to start. This was a new start for me in on June 17th of 2023 at Camp Goddess Stitch in Berlin, Ohio. That's the cross-stitch retreat that's hosted by my local needlework shop here in Columbus. This is stitched on a piece of 22 count dyed hardanger, 1/1 full cross in the called for DMC. I'm not sure where I got this 22 count dyed hardanger, but it wasn't dyed by me. I just had it and I felt, well, you know what? I could stitch it on the pink Pattern Cats. This is where I've got 1/1 on full cross on 22 count pink hardanger. And the color is not coming through very well. It's actually a little deeper pink than that. I think this looks like an olive with a pimento in it. So I am up in this corner here. So you can see that. Pattern Cats by Doreen Jones. I did purchase all 4 of the pieces. Oh, the other thing I wanted to say too is I have it gridded with the thing, or with the water-soluble pen. This is as far over as it goes. And this is as far down as it goes. So I will actually be able to probably stitch the other one on the other half of this fabric. So I probably could have pulled it up a little higher. But yeah, I could probably stitch 2 of these on this fabric. Pattern Cats by Doreen Jones. I'm actually looking forward to that. I'm stitching a lot of my over 1 pieces now, or a lot of my full coverage pieces now on 22 count. Because I can use 1 strand of floss and it gets perfect coverage. So, Pattern Cats by Doreen Jones. Do I have that on here? Pattern Cats. Beep, beep, beep. Shepherd's Bush. Oh, I did Welcome to Pumpkinville. Snow Village. Well, I will have to find this because I am not finding it right now. Porthole of Fantasy, Princess Limpy Needles Dance. Oh, Pattern Cats. There we go. I started this June 17th, 2023. Alrighty. This one is also a Garan Toten bag from Downton Abbey. I'm a really big fan of Downton Abbey. I love the show. I went and saw the movie in the theaters. This is a Garan Toten bags thing. This is an old piece. My sister-in-law, before she, about 20 years ago, plus, before she adopted our niece from Guatemala, I was stitching her this Sugar Plum Violet stocking from Just Nan because she was coming over to our house for Christmas a lot, almost every year. And so I was going to stitch her a stocking to have a very nice stocking hanging up. I already have stitched her a piece. She has Fairy Moon hanging up on her wall in her bedroom. But this is a piece I have had for more than 20 years. And I haven't finished it yet. Come on. So this is all I've gotten to on the stocking. Still haven't decided if I want to keep this as a WIP or if I just want to get rid of it, not stitch it. Because I don't think I've shown her this, and maybe I did show it to her like 20 years ago, but chances are likely she's probably forgotten that I'm even stitching this. Because I haven't worked on it in probably 10 years or more. I might have pulled it out like 5 years ago to work on it. But, yeah, this was a piece I started a long time ago in a galaxy far, far away. So, yeah. Sugar Plum Violets stocking by Just Nan. Come on. I know you're on here. There we go. Sugar Plum Violet Stocking. I started this pre-2000 by Just Nan. Yep. This is a fun one. This one's one I started in the last 2 years. This is Little House Needleworks Kringles. I started this as part of a stitch along. I don't remember the stitch along. I started this December 25th, Christmas Day on 2022. So this is just over a year old. And I'm stitching this on R&R Iced Cappuccino 32 count with a called for DMC and Classic Colorworks flosses. I started it December 25th after midnight. Where is it? There it is. Again, this is rolled up. Let's see where it is. I started near the top. And I started at the roof. So this is the roof line with the snow on the roof. And that's all the farther I've gotten. Haven't worked on it since. So this is coming out in 2024. And I have a little Santa button needle minder. This one came out of the Mo sale, 12 Days of Christmas, probably from the year 2022. We get the 12 Days of Christmas thing from Mo sale every year, and in it is usually some needle minders. So it's needle minder that I got from that. This is Kringles. You've probably seen many people stitching this. I am also one of them. But it's on R&R Ice Cappuccino 32 count. I'm stitching it 2/2. I also have the Notions pouch from Garan that matches the Santa bag. I have 2 of the Santa bags, and I have all the flosses for that in my Notions pouch, keeping the floss together for my Kringles project. Whew. Getting down there, you guys, and it's getting late. This is already an hour and a half long. Yeah, so all right, well, there we go. The last one on that sheet. December 25th, 2022, Little House Needleworks. We are starting to wind down, you guys. Just myself a little bit. All right, this is by Country Cottage Needleworks. This is the Snow Village. This came out, this was a set of patterns that came out individually. I'm doing them all together on one piece of fabric. I'm using 32 count Picture This Plus gray fat fabric with the called for floss. And I started this piece November 14th of 2020. You can close the door if you need to. So these are all the little patterns for Snow Village. Let me pull out the big one for the middle banner. I am doing them all in one piece. This is the middle banner for Snow Village. I do have all of the businesses for the Snow Village, all of the buildings. And this is on a piece of, what did I say it was? Gray. And this is where I've gotten to. I picked this up in December to get some work done on it. So that is where I'm at on Snow Village. Again, this is in a light blue zippered gray, or light blue zippered mesh bag. This next piece is designed by Carol Grant, who is co-owner of the local needlework shop here in Columbus, Cross My Heart. She has a design company called Fireside Originals, and she put out a set of seahorses, 12 seahorses in 2018. And I purchased the whole set of seahorses, and I am stitching them just like that. You can do them separately or together, but I'm stitching all the seahorses just like that. I started this in 2019. I am using the Crossed Wing Collection Mar Lake 32 count fabric that was dyed specifically for her, Fort Carroll, for this piece. It's intended to look like seawater. So, I have finished half of the February pair, and I am most of the way finished with January. So January and part of February. So this is the Fireside Originals Seahorses, and I will be stitching it just like that. Fireside Original Seahorses. We are getting down to it, you guys. This was a kit that was kind of an exclusive kit that we could purchase as long as we purchased through our needle workshop and kind of took the class for it. So I went ahead and did that, took the class, and showed up. So I got the kit in a nice little box and everything. I have since displaced the box. Sorry, I showed you the pattern. This is Needles Dance by Ink Circles. I got the fabric and the flosses and the floss rings and all the finishing fabric to finish it with. And all that. Really nice kit. So I started this in 2019. This is by Summerhouse Stitchworks, Ink Circles, and Hands on Design. All three people. And this is where I've gotten to. The night 4. It says the night forest wakes as the needles dance. And I did get the kit flosses. And we have this little Needles Dance floss card. So this came as a kit. And I'm doing this 2/2. Yep, 32 count. Needles Dance. See if I can get this. Needles Dance. This is another Heaven and Earth Designs. This is a full coverage pattern by artwork by Jasmine Beckett Griffith. She's one of my favorite artists, And this is called Princess and the Pea. It's on 32 count natural linen that I restarted July 8th, 2022 on 32 count easy count. I'm doing it 1/1 full cross, but I'm switching to tent stitch. And I do not have the printout of this. I will have to insert it. Where I was on this before I restarted. This was where I was before I restarted in July of 2022. This is where I am. I will be doing it 10 stitch going forward. 32 count. This is Princess and the Pea by Jasmine Becker Griffith. She's basically the girl sitting on a huge, like, canopy bed, essentially, with a little pea tucked under several mattresses and blankets underneath her. So, really cute rendition of a fairy tale. But Jasmine Becker Griffith is one of my most favorite artists. I have quite a few of her things. And some of her diamond paintings as well. Jasmine Beckett Griffith, there we go. Princess and the Pea. All right, this is one I've been waiting to show you. This piece I started prior to 2000. This is another Marilyn Leavitt emblem, MLI, lavender and leaves told in a garden. This is Santa of the Forest. Vanna Pfeiffer has been stitching this. A couple of people have been stitching this on their YouTube channels. So, without further ado, this is my last rolled up piece to show you. All right, I have a couple of needles stuck various places in here because I have quite a lot done on my Santa. Oh. I have quite a lot done on my Santa, you guys. Let me get out the board. I think the board will make it easier for me to show you. Santa of the Forest. So I've gotten quite a bit of his beard done. And I'm getting ready to work on his hat and everything. I still have to fill in the gold staff that he is holding. I do have the gold, some of the gold staff filled in down here. All the animals are done except for the back stitching. There's a little bit of back stitching that I have left to do. But I have his whole hood. So you kind of get the idea of where I'm at. And I will be doing his face over one. Yes, I will. Even though the rest of him is stitched over two. I cannot tell you what color fabric I have been stitching him on. This was a piece of over-dyed fabric that I picked up at Cross My Heart many moons ago before I started it. But there is my Santa of the Forest. So Vanna Pfeiffer, I hope you get a chance to see this. Need to pull him out and also work on him at some point. So I started in the middle with the bear and worked my way down all the way around, and now I'm working all the way back up towards the top. So I started with the bear, the head of the bear, in the middle. So that is my Santa of the Forest. This is another Heaven and Earth Designs pattern that I started. I believe I started this one when I was out in California in 2018 in the summer. Ooh, okay. Yep. Okay. Secret Slave Society. Flip this over. Santa of the Forest. Okay. So this is artwork by Bridget Ashwood, charted by Heaven and Earth Designs. This is called Coral. I want to say this was a free chart. I could be wrong about this. Maybe it wasn't free. I don't remember. Coral. Bridget Ashwood, charted by Heaven and Earth Designs. I was out in California, went to the store. I don't have a big start on this. All the flosses you can see are still in the bag from Joann's when I went out and kitted this when I was out in California that summer. Don't have a big start on this. This I had, this is a piece of fabric that I had self-gridded using Sulky Sliver. And I was doing this 1/1 full cross. Yeah, 1/1 full cross. Maybe it goes this way. I don't know for sure. I don't know for sure. It goes this way. I'm probably going to be doing this 10 stitch though, since I'm doing it over 1. Again, not much going on there. She's really cute. I really like the colors. I might have to dig her out and work on her some more. But I started this in summer of 2018. Okay. Need coral. All right, you guys. All right. This one is one that came out as a kit. I got the project bag when I ordered the pattern, and I got the fabric, and I got, I think, some of the flosses with this. But this was a collaboration piece between Lindy Stitches and the Blue Flower. This is called Saltwater Scrapbook. So it was a collaboration piece between Lindy Stitches and the Blue Flower. I got the linen piece. The linen is Fabrics by Stephanie, 40 count. Fabrics by Stephanie, 40 count linen. I started this September 12th, 2021. The color of the fabric is called Silver Mist. And this is on 40 count. I'm stitching it 1/2 full cross. I am stitching it that way. I do have the octopus square finished. I am working on the ship. Really cute pattern. I participated in the Jingle Ball this year, and they have a Christmassy scrapbook that came out for the Jingle Ball that we were able to purchase. So I have that purchased, and I have the flosses, the specialty flosses in for it. So I do have my working pattern in here, and yeah, so that is Saltwater Scrapbook. By Lindy Stitches and the Blue Flower. It is one of my first 40 count pieces, and I'm really enjoying stitching over 1 on 40 count. So I am moving over to 36 and 40 count for a lot of my projects going forward. All right. And I think I am on the last bit, you guys. 2 hours into it. This is my last little bit that I have to show you. This is in a Goose Designs project bag, pumpkins. Okay, so I didn't write down the day I started this, but this is from the Cross Stitch and Needlework magazine, September 2022, or 2012 issue. Cross Stitch and Needlework, September 2012. This is artwork by Bernadette Deming. It's artwork by Bernadette Deming, adopted for cross stitch by Elizabeth Spurlock. He's cute. He's really cute. I'm stitching this on a piece of black even weave, 28 count black even weave that I got from a big box store. Look at him, he's so cute. This needle minder was a little shrinky dink thing that I colored and shrunk in my oven. Just a little teeny thing that I colored and shrunk in my oven. Turned into a needle minder. But Bewitching Owl. There we go. He's really cute and he's really fun. He's an easy stitch. And also in the same project bag, this is the very, 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 very last WIP that I have to show you. I am missing one. I don't know where it's at. I'm not sure where it got placed. I'm not going to show it to you because I really didn't have much stitched on it anyway. It was another full coverage piece, a Jasmine Beckett Griffith piece. But anyway, this is my last WIP on my list to show you. This is a piece from the Just Cross Stitch October 2020 issue. It is also designed by Elizabeth Spurlock. It is a small piece called Sleepy Owls. I'm doing it on some 28 count white even weave. I think that I hand dyed myself using grit dye. I was using the Carla Bean Crafty pickle jar dyeing technique. And I'm using Presencia floss 2/2. So I'm using the called for Presencia floss. This one is called sleepy owls. Look at this cuteness. Sleepy owls. This could be a really quick finish if I work on it, and I'm probably gonna. But here is the piece that I hand dyed myself using Carla Bean Crafty's pickle jar dyeing technique. Isn't that cute? It looks like leaves. It really does. I'm calling this Charleston Chew because I kind of like the fabric, but that is pretty much it. I think this fabric is spot on though. That is my last WIP. So that being said, I can officially say that my WIP parade for you has come to an end. Hopefully you've gotten some inspiration out of everything that I've shown you tonight. Hopefully you've seen some pieces you haven't seen in a long time. Hopefully you might have seen some pieces that you haven't seen before that you will go out and look for. If you need to know magazine issues, let me know. I will do my best to relay the information to you as best I know it. I can't 100% say that I will have everything available, all the information available for you, but yeah, so this ends my WIP parade for the beginning of 2024. I have a lot coming into it. I have about I think I said 78. I showed you 77 of them. I'm missing one. I'm not sure where it's at. It's floating around somewhere. I'm not going to look for it. I'm not going to worry about it because at this point in time, I don't know if it's something that I really want to stitch on anyway. I'd have to dig it up and find out. But anyway, that is my WIP parade for the beginning of 2024. I'm all done. Now I get the fun job of uploading all of these. This last one is 2 hours long. So between the first one being an hour, the second one being an hour and a half, and this one being 2 hours, that's 4.5 hours of WIP parade. Probably could shorten it out, but just take it as it is. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed it. Hope to see you more in 2024, and hopefully you'll see some good progress on some of my WIPs. So sit back, relax, take it easy, and hopefully your 2024 will be really productive, as I hope mine is. All right. Thank you for watching. Thank you for stopping by, and thank you for enjoying my WIP parade. And take care, everybody. Bye.